Today I'm talking about a VR camera. It features 180 degrees, and it's by a company called CALF. Specifically, it's the CALF Visense. And for such a low-profile device, it outputs some pretty impressive content.
Need this fantasy.
It's also pretty simplistic and minimal. There's a screen that does not swivel out. There are 3 buttons on the side, one for back, one for the menu, and one for power. You would think that this red button here would be the record button, but in reality, any record functions or sliding through a video is all done digitally on the screen. And so you can see here I have an SD card in there. I found that a full 4 or 5 minutes of content amounted to about 300 megabytes, so it's not out of this world. And while you can specify the resolution and the frame rate that you want, the max that it outputs, which is what you're going to want to use, is 3840 by 1920. And I've got it outputting at 60 frames a second. Bitrate is 128 kilobytes, recording in stereo, and the audio sample rate is 44.100 kilohertz. So that's what it's outputting as. And it's interesting because if I do this and I'm recording myself here, you can see that it's just simply outputting a single image, a single screen. And on top of that, you can see the output specs stated as 3D VR 3840 by 1920. And in the settings, again, you're able to specify whether there's a timer, the BPS, the type, whether it's 2D or 3D, the frames per second, and the kind of lighting that you're dealing with. If we scroll down further, it gives you a couple more options under mode and then where you want to save it. And that is the extent of the options that this camera gives you. And it's a bit complicated. To give you an idea of what the output looks like, I can record this, and I'm looking at myself now. And even though it appears to be a single mono image, if I hit stop and if I play it back, you can see that it clearly recorded it in this dual stereoscopic format. And in practice, what that means when you're outputting to something like high resolution YouTube for VR viewing, it gives you a very wide 180 degree field of view with stereoscopic 3D. And if you look behind you, there's going to be nothing. But by limiting it to 180, I think it also reduces the bleeding effect of resolution when you stretch it that far all the way around you. Now, of course, you could take 2 of these and stitch them together. You'd have 360. But for the price of only $749, and mind you that I have a link down below to where you can save $50 off if you use this. This is not sponsored by them. They did not pay me. Now, you don't owe me anything. I mean, don't buy it if you don't want it. It's not going to be for everyone. And while that's relatively cheap for a VR camera, it is still a lot of money. But I did take the time to make a VR episode parallel to this, and it's in my members section as of the posting of this video. It's got an introductory thing, replacing the camera I have here, so you get a wider field of view of my studio, my bedroom. And then I took it up to Vail, Utah, which is just a stone's throw from me. I took it to Ancestor Square locally to get some footage of the woods and a very cool scenic area near the river. And this is St. George, which is home of the psycho that took Charlie Kirk. Seems like we're no longer known for just the mountains and Zion National Park. We're outputting the most destructive and disgusting people on planet Earth. But that notwithstanding, and looking past the blemish that that demon has put on all of us, I live in a beautiful town. I live in a place that's just, people come here from the south when it's hot, and they come here from the north when it's cold. This is a perfect temperature. It's got mountains to the north and canyons to the east, and Vegas an hour and a half to the south. It's a perfect location. It's beautiful. I love it. And this is my home. I'm not going to leave anytime soon, regardless of the increasingly bad takes that seem to emanate out of this perfect little town that I love so much. And if you want to see some of that footage, if you want to see this kind of an episode through the lens of VR, I hope that you'll join members. It's only a few bucks a month. It would really mean a lot to me. It would really be a way of supporting my channel. That episode I've uploaded for members only is not as in-depth as this. That is there assuming that everyone who subscribes to that has seen this episode. You get all the facts about it and the settings and the options around resolution. stuff like that. So I hope you guys will head over there and check it out. As far as the rest of you, no worries. But those who do sign up for members, they get early access to content. They got this last night. And we have marbles on occasion, which is a great way of having some fun and occasionally giving back to the audience, my way of saying thank you. Now, all that aside, I want to touch on a couple more things about this camera. Looking at this, you would think that these might turn given the ribbed edges of them, but they are stationary. You can't manually focus these are stuck. Additionally, on the side, you have 3 ports here. One is an audio jack, another is USB-C. Both appear to output and intake the same amount of power, and obviously it appears to be Thunderbolt. On the other side, we have Ethernet and a micro SD slot, and that's the extent of it. It's pretty bare bones. I do wish that it had a flip out camera. When I was recording the VR footage for this special episode for members, I mean, without an HDMI input, I'm unable to use my video card and pipe it directly into the computer for OBS. I didn't want to risk using a USB-C cable because I'm positive it would have resulted in diminished resolution, even if it did work. And for something like VR, resolution is everything. So your only choice is to mount this, which it does have that threaded mount right there, and then look at the camera without any view of yourself, which I personally find a bit wonky. And when you go to record something, looking at this here, you can see that there's a thing showing the camera's position relative to the horizon, and it wants it to be perfect right there. I'm not entirely sure why that's doing it. It's not as if it's saying, hey, this might be a good idea if you straighten out your camera. It really says, please level out the camera before you shoot. But if I initiate a recording and then turn it, there's nothing stopping me. It's not stopping the recording. It's still telling me, hey, please stop. Maybe it's just an issue of nausea from the viewer. That's possible. That could be a thing, but even as I was recording there and tilting the camera around, I attempted to hit the stop recording button and it wouldn't let me as long as that tilt was still in effect. So it won't kill the video, but I'm not sure what that's for. All the same, there are very cool aspects of this, especially related to just how easy and out the gate it is. And in terms of using the media once you've got it, it seems to be as simple as sending it through the spatial media metadata injector. And from there you can specify all the settings you need to make it cooperative with YouTube when it comes to VR. Pretty cool. I like it. If you guys want it, down below, $50 off. And again, support my channel, members, buy one, save money. But don't do it if you don't want to. So please subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell up at the top. It would mean a lot to me. I really appreciate all the support. It's very cool to have you here. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Godspeed.